My life before cancer was what I thought was super normal.
So I remember when I found out that my diagnosis was a cancer diagnosis, I was in an art center picking my son up, and it was crushing.
Since I've gotten through some of the harder parts of the problems with the treatment, Gilda's Club has been life-changing for me. It first saved my life, and now it's changing my life with being able to work through some of the emotional stuff that comes up when you have cancer.
I hadn't shared with my children that I was actually diagnosed with a cancer. So it took me a long time to actually speak that word, the C word. And I joined a wellness group and kind of mentioned that with them. And I think knowing that I had Gilda's, even though I'd only participated a really short while, allowed me to share that with my children and just speak it more, and not be afraid, and then just kind of know that there was a whole community. I had support.
COVID hit, and then you guys pivoted to Zoom so quickly. I have been absolutely what I call a Gilda's groupie.
Like I said, when we was doing that brief, that was just great. And even though I've learned how, I'm not sweat savvy with the phones and all that when we was doing the reef, I could even see the other people that were participating. So I was like, let me push this button and see. So I could see other people that was in their homes that was doing it. And so to see that, they got a smile on their face because they're able to do, and it's kind of, you're still interacting. You might not be in a classroom, but we're still interacting. So I think it's important.
Since I shared that with them, I've invited them to participate with me here, and my son gets excited knowing that he could just come here.
Being part of the wellness group not only helped me formulate questions, but they gave me the courage to state what I needed to state, because during the whole time I've had cancer, I couldn't have somebody with me.
I just knew that if something came up that I needed to deal with my kids, if there were more questions or just something else, the best way I can explain is I knew somebody had my back. There was just a support system.
I do have a mom and a sister. My mom is 91, and my sister and I take care of her. But it's not the same as being able to talk to somebody who understands what cancer is like.
But the idea that it is free of charge, I think is wonderful.
So I can only speak for myself as far as the availability to participate without there being a cost. And for me, it's priceless. Because really, I'm sorry, personally, for my family, we've had some great opportunities. I'm sorry. I would have to do more picking and choosing. I would have to really look at what would be the most valuable experience and pick that one if there was a cost associated. And to be perfectly honest, if it came down to something for myself or something for my children, it would always be for the children.
I think that it's important for Kentucky African Americans Against Cancer and Gilda's to both be a part. I think it's great that they're partnershiping together. There's several women who are a part of KAC who's not aware of Gilda's or not aware of all the programs. So the idea that they're combining together, I think, is just really great.
Well, Gilda's has absolutely changed my life.
Gilda's has changed us, and I'm gonna say it's brought us closer.
I think I would have to say that before Gilda's, so after I got my diagnosis and before Gilda's, there was a lot of swirl around having cancer for me. And there is a kind of a lonely feeling that goes along with that. So for me, how Gilda's has changed that is I'm not so lonely.
In these groups, we really get to care about each other in a way that people that don't have cancer can't understand.
When you do things together as a family or do things together with people, it makes, you don't know what an individual's going through from day to day. I know that we're battling the cancer, right? So even just coming here or getting online to see the next person, you brighten up that next person's day.
I had a doctor's appointment recently, and I knew that whatever happened, it would be okay because I had Gilda's. Like, this is forever my group of people.